We're going to focus on this word here, which is related to the word ger, which is now convert. But back then it wasn't really like that. It was like a sojourner, someone who's on, like a stranger, someone from the outside. It says here, reside in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. I will assign all those lands to you and to your heirs, fulfilling the oath that I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your heirs as numerous as the stars of heaven, and assign to your heirs all these lands, so that all the nations of the world shall bless themselves by your heirs. Inasmuch as Abraham obeyed me and kept my charge, my commandments, my laws, and my teachings. It says here, and this is our verse we're going to focus on, so Yitzhak or Isaac stayed in Gerar. You can see here, Gerar has the word ger in it, and there is a connection here. So this is the verse. It's a tiny verse. So I decided let's check it out in Gematria, and actually there are some results with directly relevant to the ger. So there's like two types of ger back in these days. The Ger Toshav, who is a God-fearing non-Jew, Torah following, God following, like a Noahide today. And then there is the other Ger, who is a full convert. So let's check these out. And this verse, they say, is related to Genesis 20 with Abraham. As you'll see, Abraham journeyed from there to the region of the Negev and settled between Kadesh and Shur while he was sojourning in Gerar. So they even make the connection here. So here you can see Ger for like sojourning, and then in Gerar. Okay, so let's take our original verse. Isaac stayed in Gerar, as you see here. It is a match for I was a ger, or a stranger, in the land. That's kind of interesting. It's directly relevant. Now let's see where that's from. This is Moses saying it in Exodus 2. Moses consented to stay with the man, that being Jethro, and he gave Moses his daughter Zipporah or Zifra as a wife. She bore a son he named Gershom. Gershom. Here's Ger in there. For he said, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. And there it is right there. I have been a stranger in the land, or in a land. And here you can find the value of our verse twice in the same verse. So you can find the value of this verse twice in Exodus 18:3. Let's see what that is. So Jethro, there he is again. Moses' father-in-law took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after she'd been sent home, and her two sons, of whom one was named Gershom. That is to say, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. Let's check that out again. You can see here, and that one's name was Gershom, and then I've been a ger in the land. Okay, so next result, you can find a hand of a ger and Toshav. Interesting. It puts this little vav in front of Toshav, and we'll see why here shortly. Let's have a look at this. So again, the match is if a resident alien has among you has prospered, or if you've been like sold into the hand of the ger and Toshav, and your kinsman has been in straits. So this is a Jew being sold or giving himself up into slavery to this ger Toshav, comes under his authority and gives himself over to the resident alien among you, or to an offshoot of the alien's family. So here you have the ger Toshav, and then the family of the ger. So here's a convert, and then the family of the convert who didn't convert. So let's say his parents converted, but he was grown and he didn't. He decided to stay ger Toshav. This can happen. And they go over how the Jew can be redeemed. It's this is a very interesting verse, but I'm going to quickly just skim through. And they say how this is really like a messianic verse, in that this Jew will be redeemed, and they say we may have we may be entitled to extrapolate as a continuation of that thought that the words of his brothers will redeem him is a reference to the Messiah, descendant of David, so Mashiach ben David, from the tribe of Yehuda. The use of the word echad, so one, in that verse is justified, seeing that the tribe of Yehuda is unique or one of a kind. The meaning is that the Redeemer will be of flesh and blood, a real relative born of a father and mother, just as Moses had been a redeemer of a father and mother. This may be a polemic by the Midrash against the Christian concept of Jesus not being the son of a biological father, and the Romans having adopted the Christian religion as their official religion in the 4th century. The view of the sages in the Midrash is that the wording of our paragraph clearly undermines the theological theories of the Christians.